This is Mellow Mike here with Intensity Radio. We're right here with our sister Sci-Fi,
Yes.
the main brainchild of this, event. We appreciate you putting this together for us.
Oh, it's no problem. I felt that it was needed.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the outcry from the conscious community on YouTube and on Instagram. And this is something that everyone been waiting on. So Q Butter kind of put it out there, and I went behind the scenes and just
Ran with it.
Yeah.
You put it together in such a small period of time.
I did.
It just blew up. We were like, wow, she's amazing.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out like how you did it, but it don't even matter because it's been done.
Right.
You got it done. So, what's the main focus of this event?
Well, the main focus is just to focus on brothers and sisters that have background issues as far as a felon, domestic violence, and things like that. But they may have the skill set to get the job as far as a college degree and so forth. And then also not only that, most corporations are doing credit checks. So if you're going in for a manager position, even if the background comes out okay and the education, the fact of the matter is, if your credit is bad, you may be passed up for that position. So when Q Butter was offering to educate people on their credit and try to get them to remove items that shouldn't be on there, he had talked to me about the importance of us focusing on our credit as black people. And we're so quick to use cash.
Yeah.
And then that's when I chime in and say, yeah, you're right, because I remember filling out those applications after they offered me the job and was wondering if I would be the one that, was declined for the position. So I said, well, what did you have in mind? And he was like, well, I would just like for us to go ahead and do a conference and we can invite people and just educate them. So I just think it's important that we try to look at other alternatives instead of doing street things. Let's do some, corporate stuff. And if you work on your personal credit, then it would be easier for you to get business credit. And with business credit, you could be an entrepreneur. You can have an online business, or you can have a storefront, and then you could be your own boss. And if you're your own boss, then we can encourage those brothers and sisters to hire those that is in their similar situation.
Yeah.
So, we could pass that knowledge on, and it won't just remain as a secret.
True. Because it's really true, because when I was coming up, I was always taught to stay away from credit cards because, you can easily get yourself in debt. Is there like an easier way to manage credit card debt?
It is. Just don't be late with your payments. The payments are most of the time are small minimum payments, like $20 to $30. But for what I understand, if you could pay just a little bit more, like the $10 or $15 extra on top of your minimum payment, that will help maintain your credit and also rise it. Because if you stay consistent for the next 6 months, then you're going to have big name credit cards like American Express, Discover, some other Visas, Chase. Yeah, they're one of the hardest ones to get, but those are the ones. Yeah, but those are the ones that will knock on your door and say, "Hey, you have been pre-approved. Do you want this credit card or not?" And that helps. So we need to learn not to just use our credit just to pay bills or anything like that. We need to think smart about it.
Yeah.
Just use it for an emergency, because it's going to be a time where the ATMs might be out.
Yeah.
Cash may not have generated.
Yeah.
And then some places may say credit card or debit card only. So that's when you can use that as resource.
Yeah. So pretty much the importance of credit is the main focus of this whole event.
Yes.
And I can see that, it's a really, really big deal, because as a community, we need to build our credit up, because we need it for everything in this capitalist society to operate. And unfortunately, because I came from a household which I was raised by my grandparents, and I always slept on their money.
Okay.
So they was like, stay away from credit cards, baby. I'm like, no.
It's more of a taboo within our community.
Damn if you don't, damn if you do.
Yeah, damn it, yeah. So we're trying to break that stereotypical thing, because Q Butter and I, we were at the Waffle House, and we were talking to the waitress, and we were trying to get her to come, and she has the same mindset as a lot of us did, as far as if I don't have the money, then it ain't meant for me to get it.
Exactly.
And we need to stay away from that concept.
Yeah. Because after watching a couple of your videos and a couple of Q Butter videos, I went on ahead and went to my bank and applied some. Because I found out I was, eligible to get some credit cards.
Wow, well, congratulations. I'm glad to hear that.
I ain't know because I stayed away from it.
Right.
I was scared.
Right.
I was scared. I was like, man, I don't want to owe nobody.
Right.
I'm over here trying to avoid owing people out here in the streets because during that experience, I said, shoot, I don't want to mess with these white people's money.
Right.
So,
but it's really technically our money.
Yeah.
And that's what Unc was breaking down, that the African tradition of writing language, they found way back then of communities exchanging goods and trade for money.
yeah.
So this is us all the way, but of course they don't teach us that in public schools or even private schools.
Yeah.
They make it sound like the Caucasian had invented every
Everything.
single thing, even though we were the first people on the face of the earth. So it's just that we have to rewire how we think about certain things and moves that we need to make. So this conference is not about we helping people get credit cards and then they use it to buy clothes and things like that. This is strictly about business.
Yeah.
Be an entrepreneur. Save up your money because there's a lot of abandoned buildings and houses that we can use to buy up this stuff and make it a Black City plan, which is Brother Reggie have been trying to push.
Yeah, we did a breakdown on his book.
Right. So our program it goes hand in hand with the Black City plan because if you notice, he really didn't tell us how to get there. He just said this is something we need to do.
Exactly.
Right, and finances is the other piece of how to get there with credit because you can't buy no land or no house without having good credit. Unless you have the 100% money to pay it up front, which is cash. But then why do you want to do that? That cash should be reserved and you should allow your credit to speak for your character and who you are.
Exactly.
And that's all it is.
That's all it is. But what if you were to, how can I say, buy a house and over time, instead of going by the 30-year plan like you're supposed to, what if you pay it off early? What kind of effect would that have on your credit? Because I'm in a position of paying my house off early because I want that deed. You know what I mean? That's something that achievement that had not been partaken in my family or something like that. And I want to be the first in my family to do something like that. And I'm in the opportunity of doing that. So what kind of effect would that have on my credit for paying off something that monumental?
Well, for what I understand, sometimes it can be a plus, but the reason that it can be a minus on your credit too is because they're not making any money off of it. Because you're paying the principal.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Without the interest behind it. So that's why they kind of put the misconception that you should double up on your payments. I had a few friends that did that with cars as well. Their car payment was $500. They'd pay it $1,000 just to pay it off quicker. But the reason is because they have the same mindset as you. They don't want that debt on them, and they just want to be free of owing any money.
Yeah.
But I just think that in a way it can look good on your credit because it shows that you're responsible, you're reliable. You see what I'm saying? But then you will have some banks that say kind of slow it down on double paying it off too soon.
So they want their cut.
Yeah, they want their cut.
I'm like, man, come on now. But I feel you though.
It's unfair, but
it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, I just don't like owing people. That's all. I just don't like owing people. But in the future, I plan to open up my own business because I'm in a trade. I drive semis, and the reason why I got this credit card, I got a $2,000 limit credit, and the reason that I picked it up is because I was planning to buy my own truck. So how often do you think that you should use your credit card? Because I heard that you don't supposed to use it as often because they could look back on your credit statement and see that you was living off of your credit, and that's a bit no. So if
I
that's
agree.
true, like how
Yeah.
often should you use your credit?
Well, I just think you need to use it when it's reasonable, and it shouldn't be no $10 or $15 hit on your credit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should be some nice purchases on there. But to chime in on your last question too, if you pay off your house, you know, like within half of the time that you're supposed to, but you got other things hitting your credit,
Yeah.
that can also look as a positive as well.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it kind of offset your hurrying up to pay it off real quick. And then, like I said, this conference is not for those to raise up their credit to a 700
Yeah.
and just do stupid stuff with it.
Exactly.
Use your money for all of that stupid stuff. Use your credit for business.
Not buy rims.
No, that's
Don't-
not a good investment.
No.
Tires, yeah, maybe, but not rims. you
No
know?
rims this summer. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, I appreciate it, Miss Sci-Fi. You know, I really do appreciate, of you making this happen because it's like you said, it really need to happen.
Yeah.
And we really need the information out here in this community due to the simple fact we need it.
Yeah.
We need it because we out here, thinking like we're doing the right thing, but we actually not. It is what it is, but
Then it's about education, and that's what this
That's it.
conference is about.
Exactly.
It's to educate you, brothers and sisters. And not only that, this is not just me, Q Butter, and Set Making conference. This is everyone's
Right.
conference. We challenge you guys, no matter what part of the United States you're in, to have the same conference. If you need some guidance or just some advice or just how to put it together, we are reachable. You can hit us up on YouTube or Facebook. Q Butter is Facebook. Under Q Butter, mine is Sy, my I-S-Y, my I-M-A-A-T. But yeah, we're all reachable. We're down to earth.
yeah, we out here.
Yeah, you guys are out. We are out here doing an interview, so it's not that we don't want to teach you, but we also encourage you guys. If you have some helpful information that can help your brother and sister, please tell them. Because one of the things that I didn't know that I learned from this is that if you have a credit score of 600 and I have a credit score of 750, I can add you on my credit card for the next 3 months, and I can use my credit card, pay it off, timely, so it won't be late, and that will raise your credit score for free.
For free.
And then, so within 3 months, after 3 months, I take you off my credit card, and then you go ahead and check Credit Karma, which is free, and then your credit score will be raised because I had you on my credit card.
Oh, okay.
And those are some of the things we can do as brothers and sisters to help each other out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
All right. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, depending on what state you is in, if you're really interested in getting into a house, try to check the grants and the loan grants that's in their state because I went through the Georgia Dream program and I didn't put down nothing for my house and I got a 4.2 interest rate for $125,000.
Oh, okay.
All thing I had to do was to pay the earnest money, the inspection, and pretty much that's it.
Wow. That's good to know.
But every deal is different though.
Yeah.
But it's good to have programs and stuff like that and grants out there that is made, to help people buy homes.
Right.
And I did not know that, so I started researching after seeing y'all on YouTube. So I said, let me go out here and see what's going on. Because I went on Sinetta, TV, and I seen that you started doing that, the empowerment thing
Garfield?
with Garfield.
Yeah.
And House Jerk, I checked them out and
Yeah.
I started, getting the ball rolling and I learned a lot. So
Yeah.
this is a great thing that we have in here, to educate our people to do something better other than buy rims.
Yeah. Yeah, keep saying that. We don't need to buy rims, brothers and sisters. What we need to do is buy these abandoned business, abandoned houses, and own it, use our credit. That would be a great investment. That's something that you can pass on to your children, to your cousins, to your auntie, because that's another thing that we're not doing. We're not passing this stuff on to our families. You know, and we don't, and then if we are, it's just only one.
Exactly.
So we got a bunch of siblings fighting over one property.
We see that too often.
Right, we see that too often. But Q Butter went to Detroit and he found a house for $7,000. I mean, easily, a lot of people can pay cash and just own it. But we're like, don't even use your cash. Let's use your credit so we can build up, so we can have a small network of people that have a credit line of $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, because maybe we can buy a warehouse.
Exactly.
And do something with it. We can have our own inside flea market or something like that.
Yeah. And we need to do it quick, because in Detroit, I heard that Ford trying to buy up the area too.
Yes.
And here go another jewel. It's his website called mergernetwork.com.
Okay.
It's a website that got a whole bunch of businesses for sale.
Wow.
Like in the neighborhood, like I've seen, you know, apartments for sale for, you know, even though it's like 1.2 million, but you know, you got in
pour our money
pour
together.
your money together, you know, we got affordable housing.
And that's what we're trying to do with this conference too. We're looking for those who already have good credit and link them up with other people like that, so we can go in and buy apartment complexes.
And ATM, they got ATM business for sale on there.
See?
And
that's easy money.
just go there, just turnkey, put your money in and leave.
That's easy money right there.
Yeah.
And then too, family, another thing you could do, if you buy up these houses, these abandoned houses, you could turn them and get a contract with the government.
Yeah.
With HUB and Section 8 and all of these other programs.
Government money always come on time.
Always, yeah. You're right.
Man, this is a wonderful thing. Really, really wonderful. I appreciate you taking the time out just to talk to us. And we're gonna sit here and enjoy this event and try to learn something new.
Okay.
And we're gonna sit here and broadcast and, you know, and do our thing.
Cool. That's what's up. Black Power family, love you.